We don't need an introduction to today's episode. Developments have happened since the end of last episode, and it looks pretty likely that either Ro-Shaun Williams or Kobayashi will be leaving before the end of the January transfer window. There was a discussion in the comment section of last Lincoln Loco episode. If you're on Discord, there's been a lot of discussion on there. If you're not on the Discord yet, join the Discord, the link in the description to that. We've been discussing all over the place who to sell, and more people have said sell Ro-Shaun Williams than Kobayashi. Now, of course, if we look here, you can see they're very, very similar rated. If we look at the actual stats needed for central defender on defend, it's even more clear that they're very, very similar. Kobayashi has slightly better technical stats, whereas Ro-Shaun Williams is much better physically, although mental stats pretty equal and things like that. If Ro-Shaun Williams goes, we'll miss his pace, definitely, 18 pace, but Kobayashi is not a slouch with 17. Kobayashi is stronger. Jumping reach is much better on Ro-Shaun Williams, but heading-wise, Kobayashi is better. Of course, the big impact is that Ro-Shaun Williams is 26 years old, not going to get any better. Kobayashi, 21 years old, is probably going to get better. Will probably get to as good as Ro-Shaun Williams, probably a little bit better as well. His physical is only ever going to improve. Most of Kobayashi's stats are going to improve, whereas Ro-Shaun Williams is stuck where he is. Benteke, our star defender, is right-footed only, so he's basically stuck with that right foot, and he's got to be stuck on that right hand side of a central defence. Kobayashi can play either foot, so it's better to have him on the left hand side. Ro-Shaun Williams is predominantly right footed, so it makes more sense keeping Kobayashi on that left hand side. I think I have decided that Ro-Shaun Williams is the man to go if one of them does go. The only thing that would hold me back is that Ro-Shaun Williams is English, and in Brexit Britain at the moment in this game, we can always sign contracts with him. Kobayashi, he'll be restricted, because if Japan drop out that top 50, he won't be able to sign a new contract. If he doesn't play international games, he won't be able to sign a new contract, because the work permit rules also apply for new contracts and things like that. So that is a slight risk with Kobayashi. However, I suppose it probably is a risk worth taking. So I think Ro-Shaun is the one to leave if he does leave, and that has kind of happened. Obviously, last episode we saw a bid come in for Kobayashi and Ro-Shaun Williams from Southampton. Since you were last here, a huge bid of 31 million came in for Kobayashi, but it was like 20 million up front and like 11 million in add-ons that he may not actually reach. So we said no to that. A 17 million pound bidding came in for Ro-Shaun Williams. I said, oh, give me 25 million up front, you can have him. And Southampton came back and said, yeah, we'll give you 25 million up front, 30% of any future fee as well if he moves as well. So we've accepted that, and he's in contract terms with them. We're only going to sell him, though, if we get a player in. Now, we looked last time at a player from Barcelona, this guy, Brian Martins, 23-year-old Dutch guy, looking pretty decent, better than both Kobayashi and Ro-Shaun Williams, and 3.5-star current ability. Got 4-star potential, which is decent. He's likely to get a work permit after his appeal as well. The contract came down to it, though, and he wanted £100,000 a week, and for me, that's not happening. So he wasn't going to get that. Furthermore, we're going to pay £18 million for him. Ro-Shaun Williams going for 25 million. He gets 20% of any fee that we sell him for. That's part of his contract. So we'd only get 20 million. So we'd only be making £2 million profit, which, when it comes down to it, is it even that good? Especially when you consider that he's only on £26,000 a week and this guy's going to be on £100,000 a week. Really didn't make much sense to me. So I cancelled his contract. There is one guy that potentially we can come in. He's this guy here, Roberto Patino, coming from Mexico, contracted to Luca. 11 caps to Mexico. The scout report says work permit unlikely, but that scout report was from last summer. So this could be slightly outdated, current ability and potential ability. But I don't think he's played friendlies or internationals back then. So I think now he potentially could get international caps and could get a work permit. We'll have to wait and see. If he doesn't, we're not selling Ro-Shaun Williams, and this could all be absolutely ridiculous, this whole episode and what I'm talking about right now. We've had a bid of £8.5 million accepted for him, so that's a good £11.5 million profit we're making off players. He wants to come in as a first team player. Suggested wage demands between 28 and 57,000. So we'll give him 30 off the bat. See what he says to that. We'll give him a contract of 4 years. Apparently wants £1 million signing on fee, which I suppose we can do. Agent fee of 200 to 300. We'll give him 250. We'll actually bring the signing on fee down to about 750. We'll add a little bonus in there as well. Clean sheet bonus of about, about £5,000 maybe. £5,000 there. We'll give him a team of the year bonus as well of 170k. We'll suggest those terms, and he's not happy at all, is he? Right, well, he's gone yellow, which means that if we offer a bad deal next time out, he's not going to be happy. He wants requested wage though, so if we give him that 50, if we up it actually to 55, he's probably less likely to say no to that. Arturo Martinez. Now, what is he? He wants happy enough as a client over monetary gains. We don't have to worry about his agent fee, although £1 million is a lot. We'll take his signing on fee down to 2 million. Minimum fee of 69, that's fine. Yearly wage rise, get rid of that. Appearance fee is quite high, so is a clean sheet. We'll take his appearance down to about 8k as well of his clean sheet. Unused substitute fee, let's get rid of that. Suggest those terms. He's happy with that. Let's finalise that deal then. He's happy with that contract. If he comes in, I'm happy to let Ro-Shaun Williams go. Now it's a waiting game until the end of a transfer window. Derby have come in for Kobayashi, but offering me next to nothing, so he's not going for that. Offer is not good enough. Since you're last here, by the way, we beat Everton 2-1 in the league. Hammer time, get a penalty. Facundo Vieira scored a late goal. We lost actually in the second leg to Brighton 2-1. Didn't play very well at all, but of course we won 6-1 that first leg. So, I mean, we're through to the final. We've got even Tottenham or Southampton. Looks like Tottenham at the moment, but Southampton still could pull off a big upset. Still got a few days actually until the Grimsby game, but just all this stuff has come through quickly, so we've had to sort it out before the transfer window ends. So we will get to the Grimsby game coming up soon. Of course, the second time we're playing Grimsby this season. Hopefully we'll batter them once again. I mean, that's what you want to see. It's what I want to see. It's what everyone in Lincoln wants to see. Probably what most people in the world want to see, if I'm being honest with ourselves here. So a win over Everton as well also puts us 9th in the table. I mean, I'm doing this a bit skewed and it's not in order, and you're probably very confused, and it's not a very good episode so far because I'm literally talking things out of line. It's all over the place, but we're sitting 9th at the moment. A win over Everton put us ahead of them. So sitting in the top 10 for the first time in, if it's not all season, it's probably for the first time since like the first episode or so, like first few episodes we're up there. Apparently Tottenham beat Southampton, so we're going to face Tottenham in the final. A team that aren't doing that well this season, sitting 8th in the Premier League. This is their only chance of getting European football, I'd imagine. They won 4-2 as you can see there, so they won 8-4 on aggregate. This is going to be a huge game. It's their one chance of getting European football. It's our one chance of getting European football this season. That's going to be a huge game. A lot of teams want Mark Hall on loan as well. He's our youngster, of course. Got good potential. 17 years old now, but is League One quality. He's not going to Charlton because they've had players of ours before and not played them in positions that we've wanted them to. Ipswich, they want him as a rotation striker, but I want him playing first team football everywhere if he's going to go on loan somewhere. So he's not going to go to Ipswich on rotation. County want him on loan. Where are County doing in the league? They want him as a first team striker, but they're bottom of League One, so he's not going there either. Can we delay his transfer for Ro-Shaun Williams? Because we have to wait for a work permit to come through for our other guy. If we get that work permit, then we'll let Ro-Shaun Williams go. See, he's set to go now, but we can't continue until the next transfer comes through. So what I think we do here then, in real life, this wouldn't happen. You'd be able to wait until you get your player come in first and then you can let your player go. I don't have the luxury of doing that right here. So I'm going to save the game now. Now, I don't know if this is cheating or not. I don't think it is cheating. I think it's perfectly fine to do this. I mean, I'm doing it now, so it doesn't matter too much. We save the game. We accept this transfer to go through. If the guy doesn't get his work permit, we just load back and we cancel the deal. If he doesn't get the work permit, that's what we'll do. If he gets his work permit, that's fine. Ro-Shaun Williams is gone. We've got our new guy in, and it's all hum-dunky. I don't know what the phrase is. I'm just not going to let Ro-Shaun Williams go if we can't get a work permit for this next guy. And in real life, I'd be able to wait and not confirm this, but I can't do anything other. I've got to respond to it now. So we'll accept it now. That will all go through. The squad are suddenly very, very upset, basically. But now I think the squad is lacking depth. Everyone is very cross with me there. I'll tell you what, we'll discuss the issue very quickly. Discuss the issue with the squad. This is all going tits up now, isn't it? Can you explain the issue? It's lacking squad depth. We'll look to delve into the transfer market before too long. Don't worry about that. Very productive. They're all happy with that. That's fine. The new guy has been granted a work permit for his move to Lincoln. So we accept this then. And we've got a new guy coming in for much less. And we've made a lot of money. And he's 4-star current ability as well. He's actually got that 4-star current ability. He's as good as Benteke, who spent 40 million on. We brought this guy in for 8.5 million. Ro-Shaun is out the door for 25 million. We've made a huge bit of profit. I am a genius. So welcome Roberto Patino to the squad for 8.5 million. He's going to be our new starting centre-back, basically. He's going to start ahead of Kobayashi. He's so much better than Kobayashi. I think we've suddenly made ourselves a lot stronger now that Ro-Shaun... I mean, Ro-Shaun's gone. We're going to miss him. He's a delightful player, delightful man. He was fantastic for us over the 4 seasons he was here. But this guy's the future. 21 years old, 4-star current ability, 5-star potential. He's going to be sick. Well, I think we've just made a fantastic signing there. I think the deal we've done there financially is very good. We've got a better player in as well. And quite frankly, we're sorted. Sorted, surely. We've got a better defence, we've made money, and hopefully the team will be happy that I've brought in another player. Right, so apparently I've been recording for about half an hour already. So hopefully that'll all be condensed down into a good 7-8 minutes. I mean, it probably won't be. It'll probably be a lot more. So we'll try and get through these games quickly now to try and speed things up a little bit. So it's going to be over 20 minutes this episode. I usually try to keep a 20-minute limit on episodes, but this one is going to be over it. So let's try and get this quickly. We'll try and make it under 25 minutes at least for you. So Reynolds starts himself in goal. Marseillaise, Kobayashi, and the new guy, Patino, comes in as centre-back. Valerie starts on that right-hand side. Jalapeno and Pandolfi start in the middle with Gomez, Jones, and Lukasic as that attacking midfield. And Hall, the 17-year-old wonderkid, is going to be starting up front today for his first, must be his first full start, I reckon, against Grimsby. Of course, playing Grimsby in League 2, so I think we can afford to start Hall there. Patino coming out. He's going to take the Oh, that's a... Do we give him the 13 shirt that Ro-Shaun Williams had, or do we give him something else? We'll give him the third. We'll give him no, because Ruben Garcia is going to go soon. So we'll give him the 4 next season. But this season he can have him the 25, just because he can have a rubbish number. Right, kickoff is upon us then. We're in the red, obviously. Grimsby in the blue. Grimsby, of course, we've spoken about them plenty of times before. Local rivals. We don't like them at all. Fortunately, we've managed to play them twice this season, both in the Cup, which is nice because we haven't played them for 7 seasons and now I've had them twice, which is lovely because we get to beat them twice, which is what every Lincoln fan wants. Pandolfi's header early on, not very good, and Nichols makes a nice little collection there from our cross. The highlights continuing though. Grimsby have a chance to come forward now, and our new man has been caught out there by the Grimsby attacker. Not the best start from there as he tries to find his feet in the Lincoln setup, basically, Patino. Fortunately, though, Grimsby put the shot off target. I mean, it's slightly worrying that there's only been the one highlight so far. Nothing's happened. We've not scored a goal yet. What's going on here? Now they've got a free kick and another highlight. Downs on the ball for Grimsby. Downs gets tackled by Marseillaise. We've got a chance to come forward now. Hall on the ball. Can he get it out wide? He gets it up to Jones. Jones sprinting forward now. Gets his cross into the middle onto the head of Gomez. And Gomez, as I was complaining that we've not scored a goal yet, does go and score the goal we need. I mean, it's kind of fitting, actually, that I said we need to get a move on with this episode, and now suddenly there's no highlights in the game. That makes it much easier for me when I'm editing the video and things like that. We're 55 minutes into the game now, and there's still only been like a few highlights. Gomez now with the highlights, puts it into the air. It's cleared though, put back in onto... It's a penalty. I think it was onto the head of Lukasic, but Lukasic was fouled, and we've got a penalty now. Mark Hall to take it, the 17-year-old, pressure on his shoulders as he takes on Grimsby. Of course, he's a Lincoln youngster. He'll know what it means to beat Grimsby, and he's absolutely loving that. His second goal of the season, scored in a cup game earlier on the season. I think it could have been the league, I can't remember, but he hasn't scored from the bench. He's had his first full start today and he's got his goal from the penalty spot, and I'm absolutely delighted for him. Hopefully it'll be the first of many goals for us. I hope in like 2 or 3 seasons time he'll become a first team regular for us. We do have the Chelsea game come in a few days time though, so I want to take off the players that do matter the most. So Perrier and Pandolfi, they sort of swap around a bit, so we'll bring Perrier on just to give him a little bit of a rest. Jalapeno will stay on though because he's an absolute machine. Kobayashi, obviously, he's probably going to start over Patino for this first game against Chelsea, just as Patino gets himself integrated into the squad. But Benteke does need to get a game time. He's not played the past 2 games due to a bit of injury and not needing to play, basically. So he needs his match fitness back, so we'll get him on for the rest of this game. And they're the changes that we'll make right now. We may make another one before the end of the game, but I'm not too fussed. Lukasic now on the ball on the edge of the area, puts it into Hall, and Hall gets his second of the game. He's going to be absolutely delighted with that. He's really going to build his confidence, and hopefully it's a platform to him to build on now. Of course, we're only playing League 2 Grimsby, and to be fair, we should be scoring a lot more than 3 goals against them. But I'm so happy for the youngster getting those goals. He deserves it. He's played well all season in the under-23s, so to have his chance now on the big stage, he's got it. And here we go as the game wraps up. There's literally been like 5 highlights throughout this game. It's been so quick and there's not been much to talk about, but 3 of those 5 highlights or so, they've been goals. So that's been fine by me. We've got through this game quickly. We've won it. Plain and simple. Lincoln 3, Grimsby 0. We're through to the 5th round, actually, of course. Nightmare for Grimsby. They've done really well. They finally draw a Premier League side and they get us in the smaller stadiums. And they're not going to get much money from this, of course, when you're that down, when you're that far down in the leagues. You want to go to like Man United away because that means big payday for you because you get 50% of the gate receipts, don't you, in FA Cup games. Of course, Lincoln only 12,000 seater stadium. They're not going to get that much money, are they? So they'll be a bit cross with that, and they've crossed it. They've lost to us, of course, but it doesn't matter to us. We're delighted. In the interest of time then, I'm going to whiz forward to the Chelsea game, and I'll see you then. Right, a few changes for the Chelsea game then. Reynolds stays in goal, Masovic, Kobayashi stay there, but Benteke comes back in. Tino relegated to the bench on the grounds that he's just joined, and he goes on international duty for like the next week or so he's going to miss the next 2 or 3 games actually. So there's no point playing him, I don't think. Johnson on that right hand side, Coyle comes back in as at CDM as Jalapeno, and Perrier retains his place, coming back in the side as Pandolfi relegated to the bench. Gomez and a classic on either side, and then of course Hammer Time starts himself up front today, and hopefully will bag himself a couple goals against Chelsea, who are very, very close to us in the table. Now this game, another one in the run of games we've got against these top sides. We've already dispatched of Everton, they've moved down below us in the table, but of course Chelsea sitting up there in 7th at the moment. They're a good 6 points clear of us today with a game in hand actually. So technically if we win today's game and then win the game in hand, we could overtake them actually. We've got goal difference going our way as well if that happens. Tottenham of course are the team we play after Chelsea, and they're sitting just 4 points ahead of us, and of course the team we play in the final. So the next game that we play is going to be Tottenham, and that's kind of like the offline game basically. So for me that's going to be a bit of a tester for the cup final. That'll be next episode, I imagine, the cup final. Both of these games winnable though. We're very close to them in the table. I regard them as winnable. We lost both these games earlier on in the season to these two sides. I think we did at least. I'm pretty sure we did. Hammer Time coming forward now with the first highlight of the game, but it's tackled now, and Chelsea have a chance to come forward now. Pepe to Hughes, Hughes back to Christiansen. They're trying to build from the back now as they play all the way back to Courtois now, and they're trying to build. Suso plays it into midfielder now. This guy on the wing has got plenty of space, cuts inside, crosses it in. Morata though can't get his head on the ball, although Iwobi is found in the far edge of the area, and then luckily Benteke gets in the way of his shot there. Otherwise that probably would have been 1-0 Chelsea. Well, I mean, just the one highlight in that first half, so it's been a pretty boring game so far. We'll just say dig in deep. People look delighted with that, so that's alright. Hopefully we'll have a better show in the second half, but quite frankly, I think I'd take a draw against Chelsea. Reynolds has a free kick then, punts it up towards Hammer Time, who doesn't win the header, but Coyle does retain possession for us. Jalapeno out to Gomez. Gomez back to Jalapeno. Jalapeno into Perrier. Perrier now with a chance put out to Lacasic, who we've not spoken about much this episode as he puts his cross in, and it's a poor one. Lacasic, a lot of you said in the comments last time out, and on Discord as well. If you've not joined my Discord yet, please do so. In the description, it's good to talk to you all. A lot of you did say though that you don't want to see Lacasic go. So I'm not going to sell him, don't worry, that won't happen. He may be replaced next season, but he'll still be in the squad. That does make me think though, you know, if we could get 20 million plus for him, I do want to let him go if that kind of is the case, because I feel like 20 million is probably as much as we get for him, and I feel like that is an offer possibly too good to refuse, but at the same time, a lot of you have said it, and I think it as well. I'd love to see him lift the Champions League with us or something like that. So he'll stay in the squad for now, but I will alert you to any transfer business that does come for Lacasic. Chelsea now with a chance to come forward now as they put a cross in, but Kobayashi makes a big clearance, but Zuma is the man to collect it, although he's quite sluggish on the ball. Christiansen now with it, and they're trying to build from the back once again. Nice passing manoeuvres going round as Will Hughes plays it out towards Suso, who've sort of identified as a danger man, puts in a fantastic ball to Bonaventura, but Reynolds is there to make a huge save and keeps it 0-0. The highlight does continue actually though, as Chelsea try and build it forward. Johnson makes a nice interception though from that slightly overhit pass, and now Jalapeno with a chance to put it forward towards Perrier. Perrier now with 2 men on him. Can he get his ball in? He does get it onto Hammer Time's head, and Hammer Time has only gone and scored the goal for us in this highlight now. We've gone 1-0 against Chelsea. We've got 25 minutes to hold on. 25 minutes to hold on, and we get a huge win here against Chelsea. Now, what do we need to do tactically? Tactically, the midfield has been pretty weak apart from Perrier. In fact, to be fair, most teams have been pretty weak actually if we look at this. So we'll keep Perrier on obviously. I think perhaps we move Gomez back and we move Lacasic back as well, just so we're slightly more defensively minded, I think. We'll bring Pandolfi on for Jalapeno as well. Jalapeno needed a rest and he's not played too well. We'll leave it just like that for now, I reckon, though. Just that one change, but move these guys further back. 10 minutes to hold on now, and there's a highlight. It's making me nervous, and I don't want to make substitutes either, because I don't think we can strengthen the side with our substitutes at the moment. I mean, we could potentially strengthen it if we take Kobayashi off and bring the new guy on, because, I mean, he's meant to be better. We may as well blood him for the last 10 minutes or so, actually. We'll bring Patino on for Kobayashi then for these last 10 minutes. Hopefully that's not a mistake, and hopefully Chelsea won't go and score now, because this win is huge in the context of the league. Corner comes in, Coyle clears it, but only as far as Suso once again. Bonaventura on the ball, out to Suso. Suso, shot saved, Iwobi. gets on the rebound, and it is 1-1 with 5 minutes to go. We'll move Lacasic and Gomez further up the field, back again. We'll go back onto control, continue that. It's a shame that. It is a shame. This, though, is a highlight straight from kickoff now, and if we can grab something now, that'd be fantastic, although Hammer Time gives the ball away cheaply there with an ambitious pass. Benteke makes a decent clearance, though, and Hammer Time is now through. He's through. He's only gone and scored it to make it 2-1. Get in there! Benteke with an absolutely delightful through ball there from the defence. We've gone back to 2-1. We'll move our wingers back again. They're up and down the pitch today, aren't they, actually? We'll make those changes there. Confirm that. Hopefully that will be fine for the 5 minutes of added time. That is a long time. Can we hold on? They've got a corner. Benteke clears as far as Perrier. Perrier now with a ball to Hammer Time. Now Hammer Time is through. He's got pace to burn. Absolute bags of it, and his shot is dragged wide. We could have made it 3-1 there. Probably should have done. But hopefully it's enough. There's another highlight coming now. Gomez to Masovic. Masovic, his ball, not the best. Benteke makes a decent clearance then, and not quite the through ball it was for the second goal for Hammer Time. And now Chelsea can come back. There's 2.5 minutes left, but Masovic makes a nice interception. Pandolfi to Gomez. Gomez up to Hammer Time. He's through once again. Can he get his hat-trick? He does get his hat-trick. It is 3-1. Surely conclusive result now. Lincoln 3, Chelsea 1. We're not losing this now. And there we go. That is full time. We've won the game fantastically. Hammer Time with a hat-trick, which we desperately needed. It puts us 5 points clear of Southampton, who are in 10th position. It puts us only 2 points behind Tottenham, puts us 3 points behind Chelsea and 5 points behind Swansea. We're still a bit far off 9 points Man City for that actual Europa League place. But we're on the edge of Europa League football, whether that be in the Cup or in the League. We're on the edge of it, and it's only a matter of time, I think, before Lincoln start to venture into European football. Thank you very much for watching today's episode. The Grimsby game was a bit boring. The Chelsea game was boring until we started scoring goals. And of course, the start of this episode was very exciting with all transfer business. So thank you for sticking with me through this long episode. I'll see you next time for some more Lincoln Loco action. Make sure you do drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you next time for the Cup final of the Carabao Cup. And potentially some Europa League football to come.